Okay. See, in your Eclipse, whenever you are running your program and your program, let's say, is stuck somewhere or some infinite loop, or maybe uh, you want to terminate in between. So there is an icon, this
Yeah,
red icon is there. Can you see the terminate? Okay. The
yeah,
moment you
it
run your
didn't work. Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, you just need to click on it.
It didn't work.
No, no, no. It should work. If it is not working, then it means you have some problem with your Eclipse. It should work.
I tried it
See,
a
I'll
few
show you.
times. It didn't work.
Yeah, I'll show you that. Let's say I'll comment this particular I++ line. It means I'm not increasing the value of I, so it will give you an infinite loop. Now if you run it, continuously it's printing 111. So I have to click on this terminate. It got terminated now. Now it's not printing one, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
okay, so this is what.
I used to sub in that way, but yesterday I was just doing some exercise and it didn't work. Uh,
No, no, it should work. That button especially is given for terminate the program. So maybe.
Naveen, this is Shami. I think it's a version. Maybe I had the same issue a few weeks ago, and
Mhm.
I couldn't terminate. I closed the like took delete the whole Eclipse and download it again.
No, ideally
oh,
it
you
should
download
now because this button is specially
it
designed
again?
for this only to terminate the program.
I faced the same issue like 2 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. So you can do one thing, Felix, that you can download a new Eclipse, remove this, and just try it again. But it's okay.
okay.
But it's
Okay.
fine. Like for this small thing, no need to download again, right? You just need to terminate it, right? If the infinite loop is coming, then only you have to do that. So let's not do that. Just remember always one thing. This is a terminate thing. That's it. Otherwise, we don't have any option. Otherwise, you have to from Task Manager itself. You have to exit your Eclipse. That's the second option, but that will close your Eclipse, not the program.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
hmm Thank you.
Okay. So, any doubts in loops, conditional, and any doubts in other things also? The first day session also. Who is joining? Again. Okay. Prabesh, can you please be on mute? Okay. So, if you don't have any doubts, let's move further to the next topic. The next topic is array. So this is very important topic in terms of programming because in any programming language, arrays are always important. In automation also, we will be using array concept, and you must know what is array, what is static array, what is dynamic array, and when we have to use array, and what are the disadvantages and advantages with array, and what are the different interview questions, okay, you can face at a time of interview with respect to array. So can anyone tell me what do you mean by array? What is an array? Yeah, Epsi.
A list
Array
of
is
element of same type.
Okay, elements of same time means this is the definition of array.
Uh, Storing multiple value under same data type maybe.
Give me some proper technical language, guys. If you are saying the similar kind of things at a time of interview, that doesn't look good, right? Oh, give me some proper language. Like, yes, what do you mean by array?
to store the same type of variable.
Mhm. Yeah, Akbar, what do you think?
Like, hol- like holding multiple values
Mhm.
for a common attribute or single attribute.
What do you mean by attribute here?
Mm, it could be a data type. It could be
Mhm.
an object. It could be.
See, I know you know the concept, but attribute, okay, is a wrong word. Okay, so it doesn't look good at a time of interview if we are saying attribute or some other thing. I'm not pointing you, like in a general. We should not use such kind of thing. We should use the proper keyword, proper technical language we have to use at a time of interview whenever we are explaining some concept. Okay, so array means to store similar kind of values, similar type of values. If you want to store multiple values, okay, in a single variable, how to do that? So let me create a class. Let me close all these classes first. And my class name is, let's see, array concept. Select the main method. Now what I'm doing here, if I write like this, int I is equal to 10. This is a normal variable, right? Int I equal to 10. If I write like this, int I is equal to 20, immediately it will give you an error that duplicate variables are not allowed. You cannot create two, okay, same variables with the same name. I is equal to 10 is already created in the memory. You cannot create int I equal to 20 again. If you want to give the value of 20, you just need to replace this thing. It means 10 will be replaced by 20 now. So the latest value of I is 20. It means at a time I can store only one value. Next time if I want to store 30, I have to replace 20 and then store 30. So that's a problem with this variable, that I can store only and only one value at a time. Now, what if I want to store 10, 20, 30, 40, four different values, okay, in a particular variable? So we need to create a special variable that is called array variable. Whenever we have to store multiple values, okay, more than one values, in that case we have to use array. Okay, so how to declare an array in Java? Okay, so for declaration, what we have to use, let's see, I want to store integer array. I want to create one integer array. You just need to write like this, int, okay, keyword int. This is the variable name. Right now, this is a normal variable, int I. But if you want to make it an array variable, how to make it? Simple, put square bracket like this. Okay, square bracket. Then is equal to, we have to use one keyword. That keyword is called new keyword. Simple, write new. Okay, and then use int once again, square bracket, and how many values you want to store. You have to tell, okay, that how many values you want. Let's see, I want only three values like this. So this is how we declare an array variable in Java. Int I is a normal variable. If you want to make it array variable, you have to write square bracket, and that doesn't matter. Square bracket you can write after I also and before I also. If you're writing, that is also fine. Both are good. Okay, but generally we write like this. So don't be confused that okay, square bracket I'm writing before or after. That is fine. Is equal to new int, and 3 is the size of array. It means maximum I can store three values. Okay, maximum I can store three values in this particular array. I cannot go beyond that. Okay, now if I want to store the values, so what will happen in the memory whenever you are writing this particular line, right? Int I is equal to new int I3. So what is happening in the memory, guys? If I'm writing like this, okay, so what will happen? Let's see, this is a Java memory, right? And in this particular Java memory, one location will be given to this guy I, and this location will be divided into three parts because the size is 3. Okay, will be divided into three equal parts. Okay, and this is I, which is represented by I. Okay, But this IE is again will be divided into three parts, and each and every part is represented by an index, and this index will be like this. It will start from 0, okay, then 1, then 2. 0, 1, 2. Okay, so this I is divided into three parts: 0, 1, and 2. Why 0, 1, 2? Because the size is 3. 0, 1, 2. If the size is n, it will be n minus 1. If the size is 3, it will be 3 minus 1, 2. If the size is 10, so 0 to 9. So n minus 1 calculation we have to perform. Okay. So 0 is called lowest index, 2 is called highest index. Okay. Please note it down. 0 is called lowest index, 2 is called highest index. And what is 3? 3 is size. Okay. Now let's say tomorrow if I want to, now I want to add 10, 20 and 30. I can add like this. Okay, 10 the first place, 20 the second place, and the 30 the third place, like this. Now the value of I0, okay, I0 will be 10, I1 equal to 20, and I2 is equal to 30. Okay, the same thing if you want to do it in code, you have to write like this. We have created I is equal to new int 3. Because of this line, it will create 0, 1, 2 like this. Now we just need to enter the values. We just need to fill the values. So it will be like this: int 0 is equal to 10, I1 is equal to 20, and I2 is equal to 30. Okay, so I have stored three different values: 10, 20, 30. Okay, 0 is the highest index, and 0 is the lowest index, and 2 is the highest index. Okay, so always remember, array stores a value on the basis of indexes. And what do you mean by index? Index means is just a number. It's a sequence number, the memory allocation number: I0, I1, and I2, like this. Okay, if the size is n, highest index will be n minus 1. If the size is 3, highest index will be 3 minus 1, 2. If the size is 100, okay, in that case we have to store from 0 to 99. Highest index will be 100 minus 1 is equal to 99, like that. Okay, now what I have to do here, if I want to print any value, simple system.out.println what is the value is available on I1. Simple, I'll pass like this: I1. In system.out.println whatever you are passing, it will be printed on the console. I1 20 will be printed. You can write like this also: system.out.println. If you want to add two values like this: I0 plus I1, 10 plus 20, 30 will be printed. Okay, now if I write like this, you guys tell me what should be the output. I3, what should be the output for I3?
Array index out of bound exception.
So I3 will give you one exception, and it's a very famous interview question, guys. I3 means, do we have I3? No, there is no I3. I3 means not index but fourth value. Let's see fourth value. Okay, I3 means fourth value, third index, fourth value. We don't have any I3. I3 doesn't exist in the memory. Okay, so if you try to print I3, or if you want to achieve I3, it will check there is no I3. Immediately it will give you an exception. That exception is called array index out of bound exception, and it's a very famous interview question. What do you mean by array index out of bound exception? When we get array index out of bound exception, if I try to achieve I3, what is the exception name? Okay, you have to remember this exception name. That exception is array index out of bound. exception. It means out of bound you are going. Beyond the array size, you are trying to achieve some value which is not available in the memory. Immediately it will give you array index out of bound exception. If you run this program, always remember this exception name, array index out of bound exception. The size is 3. Okay, the size is 3, and okay, and you're trying to achieve the fourth value which is not available. I3 means fourth value, right? So this exception name, I'll write it over here for you guys. Array. Okay, I'm commenting this line because it will give you an error now. Array index out of bound exception, please remember. Now I want to print what is the size of this particular array. So I know that immediately I can see the size is 3, but I want to print through my method system.out.println. What is my variable name? Array variable name I dot length method is there. Okay, simple I dot length. I dot length will give you what exactly the current size. Okay, I dot length will give you 3 and the size is 3. Okay, the size of array is 3. Okay, now you can, the problem here is I'm storing an integer. I'm storing only integer values. So the definition of array, I would say array is a special variable where we can store different similar types of values, similar data types. Okay, in integer I can store only integer. Okay, I cannot store any boolean value or double value or string value. Okay, it will not allow you. Okay, similarly we can create double array also for double variables, for double values. How to do that? Same thing. Double d is the normal variable. If you want to make it array variable, you have to write square bracket is equal to new double. I want to give two values. Let's see, d0 is equal to 12.33. Okay, and d1 is equal to 23.33. So this is a double variable, double array variable I have created. You can create any, you can create character also. Simple char c square bracket is equal to new char 3 c0 c1 c2. You can create boolean array also. How to create boolean array? Simple boolean b square bracket is equal to new boolean square bracket. I can store two values, either true or false. Okay, like that. Okay, now I can create for non-primitive data type string also. I can create some array like this string. Let's see, s is the normal variable, square bracket is equal to new string. I want to store, let's see, three values. Simple, let's see, s0 is equal to some string value I have to enter. Let's see, test, or let's see, Tom. Okay, s1 is equal to, let's see, test, and s2 is equal to selenium. Okay, like that. So we can create, okay, for primitive data types also and for string types also, we can create array variable like this. Now the problem here is, guys, the problem here is, what if I want to store different data types in the same variable? I want to store strings also. I want to store integers also, characters also, boolean also. Okay, in the same array. So how to do that? So the problem with array is there are two disadvantages, two major disadvantages with array. Always remember, guys, it's 100% interview question. Tell me the disadvantages of array or limitations of array. I would say limitations of array. The first limitation is, guys, limitation of array is that these are static array. It means these are size is fixed. It means these are static array. Today we are covering static array. Whatever these arrays are available, these are static array. Static array means the size is fixed. Okay, we cannot change the size at the runtime. We cannot store more than three values. If you have declared three, it means I cannot store, okay, more than three values, because the size you have already defined. So once the size is defined, then you are bound. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Let's see. Let's see, in Bangalore today we have 100 hotels are available, right? So I'll create one string variable, string array variable. String hotel is equal to new string 100, right? Now I can store 100 hotel names, okay, in that particular variable. Now let's say tomorrow 200, next year 200 hotels are there, new 100 hotels are there. So again I have to change the size. So size is not fixed. Okay, if I try to store next 100 hotel names, immediately it will give you array index out of bound exception. It will tell you that, boss, you have already declared the size is 100. How can you go beyond the size? Same thing. If you've already declared 3, I cannot write I3 is equal to 40. It is not allowed, because I3 does not exist in the memory. There is no I3. Okay. So the biggest problem with array is, if tomorrow if you have some data, okay, the new data, in that case, where will you store? You have to change the size again, or you have to increase the size again and again. Let's see, after 4 years, 500 hotels are there. Again, you have to increase the size. You have to change the size of the array, and it is not fixed. I mean, size is always fixed, so you cannot go beyond that. Another problem with size, okay, arrays. Let's see, I have an array. This is the array, okay, and this array is having, okay, all these values. Let's see, I am storing some values. Let's see, only 10, 20, and one more value I'll write, right, 30. So the size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 0 to 6, 7. The size is 7. Okay, starting from 0 and ending at 6. So size will be 7, right? N minus 1, highest index is 6. The problem is, I have only, let's see, I have declared the size is 7. Immediately inside the memory, one variable, let's see, the array name is I. Okay, immediately it will be created over here with size is 7. It will be divided into, okay, 0 to 6, 7 parts. Now the problem here is, I have only 3 values, 10, 20, 30. What about these? Okay, these 4 values, I mean these 4, okay, location. These 4 indexes will be blank. So unnecessary we are creating, okay, some memory inside the Java. Okay, some unnecessary we are allocating, which will not be used in future, or it may be or it may not be, right? So that's a problem. So tomorrow, let's say if you declared the size is 500, the hotel size is 500, but you have only 100. So rest of the 400, the memory, whatever the indexes that you have created will be wasted. Unnecessary, you are capturing unnecessary memory inside the Java heap. So that's a problem. Okay, so memory allocation is the biggest problem. Okay, and actually tomorrow you have 10 values and the size is 3. So again you have to increase the size again and again. So that's a problem. It's not at all dynamic. So that's the biggest problem with a static array. Okay, so size is fixed. Okay, static array. That's why this is called static array. Static means size is fixed. Okay, for that particular array, you cannot go beyond that. Okay. Second problem is, it stores only similar data types values. What do you mean by this? It means in integer, I can store only integer. In character, I can store only character. In a string array, I can store only string values. That's again problem, right? That's a problem that, okay, what if I want to store some employee information? Employee name will be a string, employee age, okay, will be in an integer, double, okay, salary will be in double, gender will be in character, right? Or some other values I want to store in some different data types. So in that case, that's a second problem, that if you declared with integer array, it can store only and only integer values. Okay, but there are some overcomes. Okay, to overcome this first problem, to overcome this issue, what we use dynamic array. Okay, we use dynamic array like array list. So we will cover array list later. Okay, we use dynamic array or array list or collections like that. So array list, okay, is available in the form of class in Java, which is a dynamic array. It means no need to take the headache of size and all. Automatically it will adjust. Okay, if only 10 values are there, it will create the size of 10 only automatically. We never define the size in array list. Tomorrow, if we have 100 hotels, instead of 10, automatically it will be increased to 100. So we will cover it later. Okay, what is dynamic array and all. So we use dynamic array to overcome this problem. Okay, second problem is to overcome this issue, we use again the same problem can be handled in dynamic array also, but if we want to handle in the form of static array, we use object array, guys. Okay, so what do you mean by object array? So object array, simple. So first of all, always remember, guys, object array. Okay, so object is a class in Java. Okay, capital O, I'll be writing like this. Object is a, okay, is a class. It's a super class of all the classes available in Java. So object is a super class of all the classes. Object is a parent class of all the classes, okay, in Java, like this. So you just need to create one object variable over here. So simple, just like a string s we created, we have to create object, let's see, ob, then make it array variable, ob square bracket is equal to new object. How many values you want to store? Let's see, 4 values. Now with this object array ob0, I can store string Tom. Let's see some employee information. ob1, age is, let's see, 25. So 25 is an integer. ob2, it will be, let's see, male. Okay, some character value. ob3, okay, let's see, 12.33. Okay, double value. So how many values am I storing? 0, 1, 2, 3. The size is 4. I cannot store ob4 because ob4 will be fifth value. Okay, so now I cannot go beyond the size, but I'm able to store string, integer, character, and double. Okay, I'm able to store different data types. Okay, so this is how we handle the second problem. Okay, it stores only similar data types values. So people will ask you at a time of interview that how will you handle this situation. So to overcome this problem, we can use object array in the form of a static array. If you want to use it, we can use object array. Okay, now another concept here is that this is a size. I dot length means size of array. Okay, what if I want to print all the values of array? I want to print all the values of array, the 10, 20, 30. I want to iterate it. Okay, I want to traverse it. I want to print all the values. How to do that? If you want to print all the values of array, to print all the values of array wise, we have to use for loop. Why for loop? Because we know that in for loop is totally based on indexes. Okay, for loop is totally based on index. And in okay, and static, okay, array also we are using 0 1 2. These are also indexes. So if I can create a loop which will start from 0 up to 2, or maybe length of this particular array, we can fetch one by one value like I0, I1, I2. We can start the loop and we can increase the counter again and again. First time 0, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 2, like that. So obviously for loop is the best choice for us. Okay, so simple, I'll write for. Now see, I'll write int. Let's see, I is already used, so I'll be using k is equal to, I know my first index is starting from 0. So k is equal to 0. K less than, I'll write 3. K less than 3. Less than 3 means the size of array. The size of array is 3. The length, up to length of that particular array. So I know that the size of array, size of array is 3. So instead of 3, can I write like this, I dot length. Okay, I dot length. Then k plus plus, like this. Like this. Okay. Now int k equal to 0, k less than I dot length and k plus plus. It means my array size will start from 0, k equal to 0, 0 I dot length. 0 less than I dot length, yes, 0 is less than 3 because I dot length is 3. Okay, so 0 less than 3, condition is satisfied. Immediately it will come inside the for loop. And here I'm printing system dot println. What I'm going to print? Simple. What is the array name? My array name is I, square bracket. What is your index? My index is k, right? Now see, first time k equal to 0, fine. K less than I dot length, 0 less than 3, yes, condition is satisfied. Immediately it will come inside the for loop. It will see ik. What is k? K equal to 0. So I0 will be printed. So 10 will be printed on the console. Then k plus plus, increase the value of k by 1. Right, k plus plus, remember yesterday we did plus plus, increase the value of k by 1. So k will be increased by 1, so k will become 1 now. Again 1 less than 3, condition is again satisfied. It will come over here, it will see I1, so I1 is 20 will be printed. Then k plus plus I2, okay, I2 will be printed. So this is how we traverse, this is how we print all the values of array using for loop. So if you run it now, we'll see the output. See, 10, 20, and 30 getting printed on the console. Okay. Now, similarly, let's see if we want to print all the values from object array. So we have to use for loop again. For loop int, let's see, p. You can take any variable, a, b, c, d, p, whatever. Make sure you are not using duplicate variable. P is equal to 0. P less than the length of this particular object array. So simple ob dot length and p plus plus and system dot println. Simple, what is the object array name? Ob, square bracket, and what is your index? My index is p. Simple. Okay, object ob is equal to new object 4. So first time p equal to 0, 0 less than 4, yes, condition is satisfied because ob dot length will give you 4. Condition is satisfied. It will come over here, it will see ob p. P means p equal to 0, so ob p, ob 0, tom will be printed, then 25, then m, then 12.33. Okay, so see the complete information you can print. Tom 25, m 12.33, you can print like that. Okay, so this is a concept of printing all the values or traverse. So what we say, either you can print all the values, okay, we can say traverse also, and we can say iterate. Okay, these are the three different terms generally we use, okay, for array using for loop. If you want to print all the values, if you want to traverse, sometimes we say that okay, traverse this particular array, or iterate this array, like that. Okay, so this is about array. Any question here? Okay, so this is all
Uh,
about, yeah, go ahead.
Navin, I have a question. So, in the declaration part, where you have written int I,
Hmm.
and can you go a little bit up? Yeah, int I and the bracket new equal to new int 3. So, can we write like this declaration int I, square bracket, equal to curly braces 10, 20, 30?
Yeah, so there is another way of defining. If you don't want to define like this with the new keyword, okay, you can define like this also. Let's see, I want to create int. I have one variable, let's see, int d square bracket is equal to curly braces. Okay, I have one array variable d. I want to store multiple values 10, comma 20, comma 30, comma 40, comma 50, like this. Okay, so like this also you can define. Directly you are assigning the values. Okay, but the problem here is that you are not defining the size over here. Automatically the size will be calculated that, okay, on the basis of number of elements. How many elements are there? 5 elements are there. So it will check, okay, 5 elements are there. The size will be, okay, 5. The length of array will be 5. But here you are actually giving the size and then you are defining the value on the basis of indexes. So let's say tomorrow you size is 100 and you want to store 100 values. 100 lines you have to write. But in this particular line, this is also a very good way. Generally, we use this particular practice, okay, int d. But for understanding point of view, I use this particular method, okay, just to
Okay.
explain you. But internally, it is working like that only. So tomorrow, if you want to store 10, 20, 30, up to 100 or 1000 values you want to store, just simple comma separated values you can store like that. Similarly, if you want to store some string, let's see, string s1 square bracket is equal to, okay, like that. So in the string, we know that only string values can be stored. So like this. Test in double quotes, guys, you have to write. Always remember this thing. Test selenium auto. Like if you want to write any character array, okay. In character, we know that should store only single digit value within double single quotes. So let's see a character, comma b, comma c, like that. Okay, you can store. So integer d square bracket only integer values, string only string value, in character only character values, like that. Okay, so make sure that, okay, put double quotes if you're creating any string array variable like that. Otherwise, it will give you error. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that's all for array. And in the next session, I'll tell you what is dynamic array. I'll take one small session on dynamic array list. You will understand what do you mean by dynamic array. Okay, so I think I don't want to cover a new topic because with this array concept, okay, where is the error? See, some problem here. See, sometimes, yeah, see, immediately it will give you error because double D I've already created over here and D is also over here, right? See, I'll maybe D1. Okay, so always remember, see, if I remove D, okay, one from here, why? What is the error? Immediately it will give you error. So never run your program, okay, if any red lines, okay, or red boxes are over here. So always make sure that, okay, please check this particular section. This section should be cleared always. There should not be any red boxes. If red boxes are there, It means some syntax error in your program or some error in your program. So immediately just click on it. It will highlight what is the problem. D is a duplicate variable because D we have declared over here also, for integer D also we have declared over here. Okay, so either you change D1 or some other name. Now the box is gone. But these are warning. Yellow boxes means, can you see that these yellow boxes? These are warnings. Why this warning is coming? See, I'll tell you. See, if for I there is no yellow line, for I there is no yellow line. But for D1 there is a yellow line. For S1 also there is a yellow line. For C1 also there is a yellow line. Can anyone tell me why I'm getting this yellow line? Yellow line means warning. Why I'm getting this warning?
Because
Because
you're
you
not.
are not using this. You just declare it and you are not using it anywhere in the program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Felix. Why I'm getting this yellow line?
Yeah, you're just showing it, but you're not using it. Because if you're not using it, it's giving a warning you didn't use this
Mhm.
variables.
Okay. So what do you mean by I'm not using it? I'm using it over here, right?
You're just assigning it. Where
Mhm.
did you use it? C1, for example, you didn't use it.
I
You're
used
just
over here.
assigning it.
Line number 15, I'm using this variable, right? I just declared one variable. But what actually this warning is?
No, you didn't use it. Where did you use it? Or don't I see it?
Okay. Yeah.
C1?
I'm not using over okay in my program. The only thing is that immediately Java will give you one warning that you have declared one C1 or you have declared one S1 or D1 in the memory, but you are not using it. Then why did you create in the memory? And what is the purpose of this? Unnecessary, you are taking a space, okay, in the memory, in the Java memory, because Java will always take care about, because Java take care, okay, its own memory. Java is very conscious about its memory. If the memory is full, immediately a program will be terminated, or maybe a program will be, a memory leakage issues will be there. So Java is a very strict about, I mean, Java is very strict about its memory allocation. So immediately, see, right now we are just writing only 10-20 lines of code. But once you have framework, once you have so many classes and complete end-to-end development framework that you have created, then these small things you have to take care about it. That's very important. Memory management always is very important. If you're creating unnecessary variables, okay, unnecessary, let's see, 10 variables you have created in a class, and you have 1,000 classes are there in your framework or in your project. It means 1,000 into 10, 10,000 variables you have created unnecessary, and 10,000 variables will be stored inside the memory over here. In this particular memory, 10,000 variables will be stored over here. If you try to create some new variable now, there is no space available. You have created unnecessary variables over here, unnecessary variables over here. Space is not available for other genuine objects or other genuine variables. Okay, so always remember, if you have declared one variable or any object or whatever, if you are not using it, just delete it or comment it. So if you mouse over on C1, immediately it will say that the value of the local variable C1 is not used. Okay, it is not used in your program, then why have you created unnecessary if you are not using it, right? So that's the actual reason behind that. Okay, it's fine. Yes, you all are correct. We are not using in my program, but okay, the warning, if I'm not using it, that is fine. I'm still able to execute the program. Why? Because there is a good space available currently. Because it's a very small program. It's a very short program. But the problem will occur when you have okay n number of files or the thousand um, 10,000 lines of code. Then we have, then it will be a problem. Okay. So always remember, guys, this thing, and these small things matters a lot when you tell at a time of interview and when you discuss with someone. Okay, that matters a lot. Okay, so that's all for.
I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I just have a quick question here. I faced with a challenge. In the arrays, it was given different type of the datas, different type of datas, and uh, I supposed to sort it. For example, if it's integer, then sort it integer. If it's the string, then sort as a string.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what is the sorting method for that?
Okay, okay. Sorting method is different. Sorting method is part of collections. So we will do it at the time of collection. There is no direct sorting method is available. Sorting means, see, this is sorted error. Okay, this is sorted array. Sorting means, okay, whatever the elements are available already in sorted manner, either in decreasing manner or decreasing manner. This is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 is already sorted array. Okay, this is sorted. Okay, but there is no direct method is available. If you want to use some method direct, or you can use some mechanism, some algorithm you can use, like we have a bubble sorting, insertion sorting, or some different sorting mechanisms are available. Okay, we are not talking about sorting mechanisms over here. Okay, but if you want to use collections, we have some direct methods are available, like array.sort. Array.sort is available automatically, it will sort your array. Okay, like that, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Let's see, you have some random array, 1, 5, 9, 1, 7, like that, random array. But if you want to sort it, you have to use some sorting mechanism, some sorting algorithm you have to write. It can be a bubble sort, it can be your insertion sort. Okay, you have to use
So
your,
all those methods is coming in the collections. You know, sometimes it's asking to sort it numerically
yes.
from low
So
to
there is a
high.
direct method is available in collections, array.sort, collections.sort. Okay, I'll tell you that method directly in collections, in arrays, array list.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Navi.
Hi Naveen, I have a quick suggestion. So this is a really great classes are really great, but as you said, we'll finish in 25 or to 30 days. Can we make it a little bit like the speed? Can we increase the speed so
No,
that we'll finish
no,
early?
no, we cannot. Okay, the speed is, I think, perfectly fine. I cannot overburden for other candidates also, because unnecessary it will be overburden. Maybe you are already aware about some concepts, but I know that, okay, if I feel that, let's see, for conditional operator and incremental, decrement, and loops concept, three concepts I can cover in a day. That is fine. Okay, but if I feel that, okay, static array will take at least 1 hour or maybe 40 to 50 minutes, I should not merge with some other topic. You don't think that we have to finish in 25 to 30 days. There is no limitation for that. If it is going beyond 40 days also, that is fine. I just want to cover each and everything in terms of the content. Okay, you should able to understand the things. If I'm covering dynamic
Thank
array
you.
also and collections also in a single day, I can take 2 hour session and I can cover 8 topics, 8 to 10 topics. Some trainers they do like that. They take sessions on Saturday, 4 hour session back to back, and within 4 hours they finish everything. Then you won't be able to understand. Then I cannot cover these minute things. Small, small things I cannot cover in that case. Okay? So
Okay.
just be relaxed. Just wait for some time. Automatically speed will be increased. Think about others candidate also. Okay? And what about others? What do you guys think? Like, do we need to increase the speed or it's good?
Navid, I think speed is fine. In the beginning, it's maybe it's we know the concept, that's why. But if I think about it, I work, I have 3 kids. If you increase the speed, sometime I'm not gonna have time to review this.
Yep, yep, yeah. See, I'm not saying that any, your personal thing, whatever you have, but the concept here is that for practice point of view also, if three different topics, if you are covering, it will be difficult for you. So just concentrate initially, especially in Java. In Selenium, obviously, we will increase the speed. You will see the things. If you are thinking that, okay, we cannot cover in 25 to 30 days, just see. I have taken so many sessions earlier also, so Don't worry about those things. I'll take care of it. If I feel I can cover 2 or 3 topics in a day, I'll cover. Okay. So just be with these things initially, because initially these things are very important, guys. I cannot ignore small things. I can ignore, like, it's fine. I could have ignored this object array also, and other things also. I just tell you that okay, this is an integer array, this is a declaration, and I could have ignored this printing also, iteration and all, and I can switch to some other topic, and within one day I can cover 2 to 3 topics. Okay, so just be with these things. Once we cover inheritance and polymorphism and all those things, obviously, you know, automatically speed will be increased, and you won't realize that also, because this is the third session only, right? And obviously, initially 4 to 5 sessions we have to maintain the speed, because you are this is the first time, I think, maybe you are learning programming, or this is the first time you are watching the Java videos and all. So obviously it
Yes.
takes some time. Okay, so any other question?
Nevin, just curious to know when we'll finish the core Java.
So when we will finish the core Java, generally it takes around 10 sessions. Okay,
Okay.
so core Java, guys, I'll tell you, is divided according to my training. Okay, core Java is divided into majorly 3 parts: level 1, level 2, and level 3. Okay, so with this, still level 1 is going on with array. Level 2 functions, okay, wrapper classes, string manipulations, those things will be there. Level 3 will be your object oriented programming concepts. We will be having inheritance, polymorphism, method overloading, method overriding, and all. I cannot directly jump to level 3, the polymorphism part and all. You won't be able to understand anything. Okay, so I always divide my training from basics to advanced, like that. Okay, so just wait for another maybe 8 to 9 sessions, or because I don't want to compromise in Java, because Selenium will be very easy for you guys. Selenium you can easily learn. Framework part you have to do some work, but Java is an important thing for interview and for project point of view. Any other question, guys?
I mean, sorry, it's too early to ask this question, but I'm just curious. When we start the Selenium, how are you gonna cover that? Because I've seen your some of the tutorials. You've done whole framework. Will you gonna do the same way, or are you going to do the each function one by one? And
No, no, we will cover. See, my YouTube videos is for the larger audience. Now the training will be different. We will be creating each and every component in front of you. Okay, because in YouTube, in a single stretch, I'm creating the framework and all those things. That is a totally different concept. But here we will tell why I'm creating this, what is a method, okay, when to use, how to use, what are different utilities and all those things. Okay, in the framework we have to create, what are different components we have to create, like that. Okay, and then I'll be giving you some assignment also, and you have to perform those things. You have to write some methods and all. Okay, like that we will cover. It will be different from the channel.
okay, thank you.
Okay.
When is the next class, Nevin?
Yeah. So next class, guys, on so 31st. Sorry, some problem with my calendar. So today is 30. So the next session will be on 2nd. Okay, because I am taking leave on first January. I'm not available. What is happening here? 1st January I'm not available, and 31st obviously is Sunday. So you guys also can enjoy your New Year celebration and everything, and we will meet on second morning. Okay, second morning means your first evening. And what do you want? You want me to meet second evening or first evening?
First evening.
What about others? Because the first is a New Year, the first day.
first evening,